Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a beautiful Friday evening in Monrovia, California, as your Monrovia Wildcats bring their 4-2 record back home against the La Cañada Spartans. My name is John Russell. To my left is the coach, Dave Hart. And Coach, Monrovia comes in 4-2, but their offense is the epitome of balance.
Yeah, they're just a little bit different than a 50-50. They've rushed slightly more than they've passed. They haven't had to go to the pass as much as they did previous years, as they've been trying to seemingly establish that running game, which they've got going, and I think they want to just continue to work on consistency.
So we won't get to see that Monrovia offense out of the gates. We will get to see the Monrovia defense. As La Cañada won the toss, they chose to receive, and they will be receiving. And Mason Bryant is getting ready to get us going, and we had an offside penalty right from the get-go. Mason kicks that into the end zone, but they're going to have to come back and kick that over. Somebody got a little downfield a little early, Coach.
Got off a little quick. Boys are anxious. They're back home, and just wanted to get out there, kind of knowing they needed to loosen up since Mason will probably kick it in the end zone, which he did.
We're happy to see that Mason is kicking. Last week, Mason was not kicking. We had the kicking duties were handled by Lucas Nekarati, and we're going to back this up 5 yards again and hopefully get started. Mason, the groin is healing. He's feeling better. Talked to the coaches before the game, and they feel like he's about 90%, but he'll be playing the offense and back to kicking game tonight, Coach.
That's good to see. That's very good to see. Even games like these that shape up to be a challenge.
So here we go. Try this again. It's the first home game in the last 5 weeks. Only the second home game of the year. The Wildcats will only have 4 games. There's only 2 more left, folks, so please come out and support your Wildcats. Mason Bryant gets us started. Again, it's a booming kick. This one is going to be returned. It's gathered in at the 7. La Cañada receiver just runs into a wall of green. And I'm not sure if Kevin Bailey was there, but boy, he was certainly everywhere. Johnny on the spot in special teams last week.
Yeah, it was definitely Kevin Bailey's show on special teams last week, especially the kickoff.
They'll be running a 4-3 tonight from the defense. You'll have Kevin Bailey, Rafael Garcia, Avante Moore, and George Frazier across the front line. Gallegos, Walsh, and Haney will be the linebackers. McLean, Darius McLean, and Anthony Kraft will be the 2 corners. Deshaun Potts and Jeremy Haney will be the free safety. Ainsworth will be the other linebacker. 1st and 10 for La Cañada, and they have nerves tonight as they have an illegal procedure call right out of the gate, and La Cañada, staring down that fearsome foursome, decides to back themselves up 5 yards. It'll be 1st and 15.
Well, Wildcats figured to do well this evening. La Cañada comes in struggling. They've not had much of the success that they've had, but as always, anytime you're playing the number 1, a team always gets themselves up more so.
1st and 15 from the 20. La Cañada quarterback 3-step drop. Had a man open on a slant, just threw it behind him. And that incomplete pass stops the clock. 2nd and 15 with 11:50 left to go in the first quarter. We're just underway here, folks. And you see the Monrovia players, a lot of pink, still leftovers from the breast cancer awareness week. 2nd down, the quarterback takes a 5-step drop and then just launches one to the sideline. So 2 plays and no gain for the Spartans. And they coming out throwing the ball around the field, but just not very successful.
Yeah, they seem to, they're not, I mean, it's always first series or 2, you're trying to find out what you're successful at, and that doesn't stop the Wildcat defense from swarming.
So the 4-man front, Bailey's on the left end. G5 is right now, there's hands in the dirt. 3rd and 15 from the 20, man in motion. They give to him, they're going to do a little trickeration, and the ball is picked off.
Yes.
Bounced up in the air, Brett Walsh and Deshaun Potts fighting for the ball, and that ball bounced out, and a great call. You can see the halfback trying to get the ball in there, and Potts kept that from hitting the ground and showed the referee right there. You can see, look, it's mine. So Deshaun with an interception for tonight. 3 passes for the Spartans, and the third one ends up being completed to.
Looks like they're talking about it. I don't know how you could not. That ball never got anywhere near the ground.
So they're asking the Monrovia Wildcat offense to back away.
Defense, actually.
It's still the defense out there.
Yeah, well,
right?
because they were being told that it's not a catch, and they're now talking it over. I mean, we've got the replay up here by just the best group in town, and we very clearly see the red flag.
It's
pink flag tonight, but there you go.
So they call it correctly. The ball is intercepted at the 27-yard line. Potts with a great athletic catch. And with 11:37 and just barely, we're 23 seconds into the first quarter, and Monrovia already deep in La Cañada territory. Your offensive line, your offensive starters will get after this play, but 1st and 10 from the 27. Hayworth's under center. Javontre Ainsworth is the lone setback. Walsh in motion. Hayworth takes a snap. He's 5-step drop, looking deep. Touchdown.
I guess we'll get to the lineup next series.
We'll get to the starting lineup next time. One play. That was a complete to number 21. Number 21 is Octavius Spencer, the sophomore, catching a touchdown pass. So Hayward, 27 yards to pay dirt, and then just like that, 29 seconds into the game, and Brian is attempting the point after for the first touchdown of the game. McLean to hold. Kick is up. Kick is good. 7-0 is the score. And Andrew Gallegos is still the deep snapper now, correct, Coach?
I believe that's correct.
So they like offensive coordinators often like to go for the jugular right after a turnover, and Coach Ryan Maddox proves he's no different.
Most definitely, it's a great opportunity. Players that weren't really ready to go in, and certainly at the high school level, you either turned around, you went offense, now you're playing defense, you're a little bit down and deflated, and you're subject to kind of thinking, oh man, that turnover, when you need to be focused on what you should do, and that often leads to that kind of play.
So with 11:31 left to go in the first quarter, Monrovia 7, La Cañada nothing. You see your score there from our fantastic ROP crew tonight. Scott Card is the director. We'll get you the rest of the staff. Scott Card calling this first half. Mason Bryant set to kick. Bryant bangs it away, and that's not going to have a chance of getting returned. And La Cañada will start 1st and 10 from their own 20 with only 29 seconds left to go in the first quarter. And nothing like La Cañada coming in town to get the confidence of your quarterback up, Coach.
Well, yeah, I'm sure that Blake saw that they were a little behind the running game and wanted to even that up even more and pad that stat, get the passing game a little more pub.
1st and 10 from the 20, man in motion. They hand it to him on a jet sweep. 17's coming around the corner. He's got a little bit of room to run. First one there is a cornerback would be Anthony Kraft, and Deshaun Potts comes and finishes off.
Almost a first down, just shy.
10 yards on the carry, 9 yards we'll say. It's going to bring 2nd and 1 from the 29. Quarterback is in, still under center. He's got 2 backs. Again, man in motion. This time they fake to him and they pitch the other way. And George Frazier's in the backfield, and they were going to have a flag. He might have caught him with a face mask there, Coach.
Yeah, I think you might be onto something there. Now they're going to call a block. Block in the back trying to protect the reverse man. And G5 just sat down in front, and there was no moving him. They're probably going to see, well, they may take the penalty at this point just to drive them that much farther back since they had such a good first play. Would be 3rd and long. But, yeah, it looks like they're going to accept that penalty.
Yeah.
Move them back.
Moves it back to the 12-yard line. That's going to bring up a repeat of the down. So you will get a 2nd and 18 from the 12. La Cañada comes out. Man in motion. Quarterback looks the other way. It's picked off by Haney. Haney's into the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats.
Looks like we might have an excessive celebration, I guess.
Is there a flag down?
Yeah. White Hat threw a flag. I'm not sure.
So they have not signaled touchdown yet, and it looks like personal foul against Monrovia, so that's going to...
Touchdown's good.
That is a touchdown. You're right. So you're right. How could I ever question you, Coach? Excessive celebration, personal foul. It's going to probably be enforced on the kickoff.
Well, that becomes the choice of the defense. We saw that early against Ayala, where they went ahead when we were struggling. They said, move them back now, and it resulted in a missed extra point. But the Cats have settled, so the chances are they'll probably say, you know what, we have a better chance trying to get a little return going. So they'll probably enforce it, as you had said, on the ensuing kickoff. Or is it a subsequent kickoff?
Either one.
Either both. Synonyms then?
They are, not
Kids at home?
homonyms.
Okay.
Bryant set to kick from the 10. Snap. Hold. And the kick is up. The kick is good. So Haney with a 10-yard interception return for touchdown, and 10:22 to go in the game, in the first in the game. Sorry, folks. We're already starting the clock running.
Well, that was just a very nice job of...
Good job of the Haney reading the
getting to
quarterback's
his drop zone, and just a poor read by the quarterback.
10:22. Sky's falling here, folks. Never mind.
That's how La Cañada feels right now.
Coach and I were wondering, because La Cañada doesn't even have their offensive coordinators in the press box next to us. So I guess the coordinator wants to be on the field.
I think they've sent him to scout next week's game. We'll kind of write this one off.
After the excessive celebration, Bryant will be kicking from the 25 of the Wildcats. 10:22 left to go in the first quarter. 14-0 is your score in favor of Monrovia.
I think La Cañada's sporting a new look helmet, though. I believe that's a different
they look
look.
good.
Kind of a Michigan wing.
Bryant still kicks this away from the kicker. It's fumbled.
He got lucky.
And it's into the touchback. 75-yard kick for a touchback.
Yeah, he got fortunate there. The momentum of the kick, even though it was touched, did carry into the end zone. Had that ball settled, he stepped back, then it would have been a possible safety.
So with 10:19 left to go in the first quarter, Monrovia 14, La Cañada nothing. Monrovia offense has run one play.
Defense is even. So we need a special teams
touchdown.
Touchdown to
La Cañada with their third drive. They've got three running backs, the old wishbone. Quarterback's three-step drop. He puts one up. And
got the flag.
There's going to be a flag on the play. Darius McLean defending. I don't know. I think that's just a gift because McLean had his head turned around the whole way. But we'll wait for the indication. There's the pass interference call against Monrovia.
Now in high school, the difference is it's like college. It's a 15-yard mark off from the spot of where the ball was placed. So it'll be a first down, but it'll be at the 35, not at the spot of the foul. I think the only time you get spot of foul is in the end zone, and they'll bring it out at that point to like the 1 or the 2, I believe.
First and 10 for the Spartans of La Cañada. 10-12 to go in the first quarter. They are at their own 35-yard line. Scores 14-0. Quarterback under center. Hands to the tailback. And number 2, Ainsworth, comes across the line of scrimmage, does a good job of wrestling them down.
Yeah, nice job of penetration there and tracking by Javontre to bring that running back down, and then Anthony Kraft helped finish that from his corner spot.
Gain of 4 brings up 2nd and 6 from the 39-yard line. Again, 3 backs. Quarterback gives to the third man through, and he is walloped.
He's thinking you should have given that to the second man through. Those guys hit really hard.
Looks like Haney at the bottom of that pile. And no gain on the play. That's going to bring up 3rd and 6. Clock is running finally at 9:18 to go in the first quarter.
I think David Gallegos got a piece of that as well.
3rd and 6 for the Spartans. Quarterback still under center. He's got twins to his left, 2 in the backfield, man in motion now. They fake to him and give the up, then it's balls in the air. Looks like the quarterback jumped on it. I think La Cañada got back on that.
La Cañada's excited.
La Cañada just does not want to hold on to the football. They lost 3 on that. 3 yards. It's going to bring up 4th and 9 from the 36-yard line with 8:41 and counting to go in the first quarter.
Well, we ordered up a special teams return, so let's see what we get.
Number 34 returning is Darren Huff. Pardon me, Darren. Darren Huff, it's as Coach said, it's your turn to shine. So we've got one from offense, got one from defense, special teams turn. And Huff's going to get the chance. There's a fake punt.
It's a pass.
And that was the craziest looking pass I've ever seen, and La Cañada converts.
Well, that makes it look like a punt. It gave it a punt look.
That's a really interesting call,
That's an interesting call.
And La Cañada back on the field in Monrovia territory. They're a 48-yard line. What do you might as well go for broke. You're gonna play the best team in the section, in the division,
right.
in the league.
Number 1 in the league, number 1 in the valley, number 1 in our hearts.
That's a great call, though. I was wondering why he made the punt look like that.
Right.
What and
it sells it because you see the ball coming out from underneath. You're taught as a punt return team,
get away from it. Great. I love that. That's gamey. La Cañada trying to make it interesting. Quarterback under center. So a 7:38 delay a game after the big 4th down conversion for La Cañada.
Well, the defense had come out on the field. They didn't get told they were running the fake, so that's why they took a little extra time. No, the offense would actually work. That play worked.
Brings up 1st and 15 from the 47-yard line of La Cañada. Quarterback has twins formation, 2 to his left, 2 to his right, single setback. Under center, number 17 in motion. They give it to him, the ball's on the ground again, and the tailback picks it up. And the turnover ratio for the Spartans seems like 50% of the plays, the ball's squirting around. Yeah. You bring your own balls, correct, Coach? Those are their balls.
Those should be theirs unless they got left and you had to borrow one of the Cats. To their credit, they've recovered half of their turnovers too. So
loss of 2 on the play brings up 2nd and 17 with 7 minutes to go in the first quarter. 14-0 is the score. 4th drive for the Spartans. Again, twins receivers. Again, the man in motion. This time they give it to him. Wow. He's looking to throw, and it's complete. pass is complete down to the 42-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 14. Say a gain of 13. That'll bring up 3rd and 4 from the Monrovia 42.
Well, and that's the thing for the Cats, and you pointed it out. They got nothing to lose, so they're going to pull out everything in an attempt. I mean, every trick play that they've ever had, they're going for it.
6:48. Clock is stopped. On 3rd down play of La Cañada trying to get something. They get maybe a yard.
Well, we'll get a chance to see the best part of La Cañada's game is what have they got planned for on 4th down.
Bailey in on the tackle there. 4th and 2, and La Cañada doesn't hesitate. They're going for it. 6:26 left to go in the first quarter. 14-0 your score.
You got to like that. There's no hesitation. They're going for it. They're here to play and win.
Quarterback takes a snap, fakes a handoff to the jet sweep, and there's nothing doing there.
David Gallegos or G5. I think it was Gallegos.
Yeah, David Gallegos just came in and blew that up.
Just met him right at the point of attack. A picture-perfect kind of a tackle. Caught him at the chest, drove through him, lifted him, and drove him to the ground, drove him backwards.
So the offense will take the field. Your offensive line, left tackle, Isaac Miravet. Left guard, Will Thorne. Center, Eric Brooks. Right guard, Josh Cano. Right tackle, Matt Norman. Blake Hayworth is the quarterback. Mason Bryant, Anthony Kraft are the wideouts. Jacob Bueno and Octavia Spencer will be wide. Jacob Bueno and Anthony Kraft will be in the slot. And Javontre Ainsworth in the backfield. We will also see Darian Jones. So right now, Brett Walsh and G5 in as the Cats go heavy. 2 receivers in, 2 tight ends, single setback. Ainsworth gets the call, and there's a flag in the air. Ainsworth gained 7 yards, but Cats are going to get penalized for holding here. Is that right, Coach?
Yeah, that would be a call. That came out of the umpire, who generally is in the midst of all those linemen trying to sort through and see. Looks like he might even be saying a tripping call. Lineman started to lose his block and threw the leg out to try and stop him.
So it's personal foul against the Wildcats. So that's going to be a 15-yarder.
I don't know that tripping is a personal foul, but it could be in the overall scheme. So,
and it's at the 39, so it's now 15 yards from the spot. Is that correct?
That'd be correct.
So it'd be a 16-yard penalty. If it is from the 39, that's where the laundry is awaiting for action. They pick the flag up. Referee walks us off. Takes it back all the way to the 24-yard line. So it's going to bring up 1st and 26 for the Wildcats at their own 24. 5:59 left to go. 3 receivers to the left. G5 in the slot. Bryant all the way wide. Octavia Spencer on the far side. 3-step drop and looking for the slant. The ball bounces off of Walsh's hands, and Brett knew he had one.
Yeah, that was just a well-placed ball. Hit him in a bad spot. Could have had there's a diagonal throw. There are a set of lights and standards there. But I'm sure Brett would be the first one to tell you that, no, I should have had that.
Stops the clock with 5:56 left to go. Going to bring up 2nd and 26 from the 24-yard line. The 16-yard penalty hurting the Wildcats right now. Twins formation, 2 to the left and 2 to the right for Hayworth. Walsh coming in motion. Ainsworth the sole setback. They're going to give it to him, let him try to get it all. Ainsworth able to squirt out to the...
Cats fumbled. Ball went down.
He was down.
They do. They have him down.
He was down at the 31-yard line. So one side judge says the 34, the other one says the 31. So there's
the 30,
the one's finally pulling his head out. Gain of 7 on that. It's going to bring up 3rd and 19 from the 31. So Ainsworth finally with his first carry of the night. Having quite a year. He's 540 yards. He's averaging 8 yards a carry on the year. 5:14 left to go in the first quarter. Cats going heavy. Ball is faked to Ainsworth. Hayworth looking down the field. He has to duck and barely gets back to the line of scrimmage. So the La Cañada defense bringing it, and Monrovia having a 3 and out. 4:50 left to go in the first quarter, and the offense not looking as nearly as efficient as they were the first drive.
Certainly not. One play and score after that turnover, and we say it each week. I mean, you still got to play the game. I mean, you give any team a chance, and they're gonna scratch and claw.
Haney with the punt. He's standing back at his own 15. He gets
Excellent
a nice
protection.
kickoff. Good production. It's going to be grabbed by the La Cañada player. And you see a great job of Darius McLean getting down there. Our camera crew doing a great job of giving you the angle there. Darius going in and making that heads-up tackle, but a dangerous play by the return man, taking it on the bounce. Ball is down at the 37-yard line of La Cañada, and with 4:16 left to go in the first quarter, that's where La Cañada will be in business. 5th drive of the game for La Cañada.
It's really their 5th. Wow, time sure flies.
Well, actually, maybe it's a 4th because the 4th down would have made the kept that drive alive.
Yeah.
1st and 10 from the 37, man in motion. They give it to him. Again, they're looking for this halfback pass, and there's a good pass completed to one of the coaches on the sideline. That stops the clock at 4:11, 2nd and 10. Ball stays on the 37-yard line, and it doesn't look like La Cañada's got much more than this jet sweep that they're either throwing out of or trying to run across the formation.
Yeah, the size, they don't seem to have much size across the front, and I think they're just outsized right now, and they're trying to just do what they can to get outside in a variety of ways.
Here comes that jet sweep again. Kraft steps up and puts his head in there, and Kraft is the first one there. Also, Brett Walsh coming over, but Anthony Kraft with that tackle. Clock continues to run at 3:55. It's going to bring up 3rd and 8 again. No, I'm sorry, 3rd and 7, 3rd and 6, a gain of 4 on that, out to the 42-yard line. La Cañada comes to the, breaks out on, comes to the ball. He's got 2 receivers to the left, 2 in the backfield. Here comes the man in motion. Fake the handoff to him, looking for the out. The ball is intercepted. 3rd interception of the night for Monrovia. That one is Darius McLean. McLean gets in on the act, gets his first interception of the night. Ball is down at the 46-yard line. You see, ball was just thrown up, and Darius does a good job of getting his head around, right, Coach?
Quarterback just turned and threw, and Darius had given the receiver a little cushion with allowing him the opportunity to close should he needed to, but in that case it was overthrown, and he just had to kind of haul it in.
Hayworth going with 4 receivers, Bueno and Kraft in the slot, Spencer and Bryant wide. Sole setback is Javontre Ainsworth. Hayworth under center, hands the ball off to Ainsworth. He's got room to run off the left side. Gets a gain of about 7. And that's going to bring up 2nd and 3 from the La Cañada 48-yard line. And the Big Eaters on the left side, Coach, giving Ainsworth some room to run.
Yeah, and he doesn't need much with his quickness. He gets a spot and he goes through it, and that's what I like to see as a runner.
Definitely north-south. Hayworth checking out of the play, and he wants to call timeout. He didn't like what he saw. Twins formation, he had two receivers left and two receivers right. Sole setback and something that Blake didn't like. So the clock stops 2:36, 2nd and 3 at the 48-yard line. And folks, we want to remind you there's only 2 games left. 2 games left. Tonight is Scholar Athlete Night. There's a Hall of Fame festivities for the San Marino game, which is going to be the last weekend in October.
And probably parent night, where the seniors are allowed to walk on the field with their parents or loved ones.
That'll be October 26th, and then homecoming is November 2nd. So only 4 home games this whole season out of 10. This Wildcat team, road-tested and battle-tested, getting ready for their CIF run to defend their CIF championship. Different formation. Hayworth in the shotgun. He's looking to his left, then throws to his right to a wide open Anthony Kraft in the slot. And what a great job Hayworth did of looking off the safety.
Yeah, he had options too. That was the thing. Jacob Bueno the slot was open on both sides, and Blake just decided I'll go ahead and go with Anthony.
Say 31-yard, 29-yard gain. Avontre gets the call this time. Ball was complete down to the 19, 31 yards. And on a frozen rope, beautiful pass. Ainsworth this time gets the call, the first down call. He gets another, will go 8 yards this time. 2nd and 2 for the Wildcats from the 12-yard line. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Again, no tight end. Ainsworth the sole setback. Hayworth looking in the slant. That ball complete to Mason Bryant. Mason inside the 5-yard line. Almost got in for the touchdown. Gain of 11 yards.
Well, as always, the Cats have a ton of options. We've seen Blake sneak it. Certainly, you have Javontre back there.
Well, they bring in the big lumber right now with Walsh and Frazier, so they're going heavy. Walsh will probably line up in the fullback position. But they still have 2 receivers, so still balanced, and they just snap it quick, and Javontre just squirts his way in for a 1-yard touchdown run. And the score is now 20-0 in favor of your Wildcats with 1:16 left to go in the first quarter. Touchdown, Javontre Ainsworth. And they make it look easy when it's firing on all cylinders, don't they, Coach?
They certainly in that game. That drive was a nice mix. Some key pass plays. Everything just seems to be working, and certainly Wildcat talent is weighing heavy on the La Cañada Spartans right now.
Bryant with a kick. The kick is good. So with 1:16 left to go in the first quarter, Monrovia 21, La Cañada nothing. The Wildcats on a 60-yard drive that started at their own 40-yard line after the interception. Highlighted by the 31-yard pass to Anthony Kraft, and a couple of nice runs by Javontre Ainsworth. Ainsworth was 3 carries for 16 yards and the touchdown on that drive, and that's the kind of efficiency you look for typically in these games, Coach.
Right, and Javontre has really established himself as a premier back, and it's nice that you have Darian Jones, who again appears to be healthy, and he's kind of waiting in the wings there, but it's a nice 1-2 punch. But Javontre definitely is the main back for the Cats.
Bryant with the kick. It's going to be returned at the 4-yard line. La Cañada return man gets it out to the outside. He's out to the 35-yard line. He stepped out of bounds at the 37. So it looked like Logan Craig got down there, and the toe monster just took his toe down, and unfortunately the La Cañada receiver return man was able to get outside of Logan Craig's lane, and once you break one lane, you hate seeing that busted coverage. One lane broken, and it can get dangerous quick.
Well, especially to the outside, because there's only usually one person out there, and if he loses that contain for whatever reason, toe monster, however it goes down, you got an alley.
So with 1:09 left to go in the first quarter, 21-0 is your score in favor of Monrovia. La Cañada 1st and 10 at their own 38. Hand the ball off. Avante Moore's there. Looked like Avante Moore was the first one there. Maybe a gain of about a yard. It's going to bring up 2nd and 9 from the 39 with 50 seconds left to go here in the first quarter.
Well, I heard you saying earlier that the Wildcats have risen to the rank of number 1 in the Mid-Valley Division.
That is what Max Preps has said. So your Monrovia Wildcats, folks, number 1 in the Mid-Valley Division. Even at the 4-2 record, there's a lot of undefeated teams behind them. The fake handoff and the ball off the receiver's hands. Quarterback with the play action was able to get a little bit of time to throw the football, but still unable to complete that pass. But looming at number 6, the San Marino Titans. San Marino out there undefeated. That's going to be a big game in 2 weeks. It is here in Wildcat Stadium, folks. You need to show up October 26 against the San Marino Titans.
Yeah, that shapes up to certainly be the battle for the title.
Clock stops with 26 seconds left to go. 3rd and 9 for La Cañada. Man comes in motion. They fake it to him. Quarterback looking to throw. He's trying to air it out deep. McLean's back there. McLean with another interception. He's headed the other direction. He's at the 45. And he's juked himself out. But he's able to return that 29 yards to the La Cañada 46-yard line. McLean with his second interception. You see him coming up the sideline there. Maybe should have waited for a block or two. He wanted
to go back and pick them up, but it was just a little bit late. That said, what was that, about a
28-yard return.
Nice.
So with 10 seconds left to go in the first quarter, on Scholar Athlete Night, the Wildcats putting on a show. Hayworth with twins formation, 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Single setback is Darian Jones. Kraft in motion. It's a pitch. That's a live ball. Ooh, looked like it was going to be.
Right now, that was maybe just a half a step lead. That could have been, and again, in a game like this where they're thinking it's getting a little out of hand, you could see the official maybe, give him a chance, give La Cañada a go there. But he rightly called that. That was slightly forward, making it an incomplete pass rather than a lateral.
So Hayward takes a snap, hands the ball to Jones. Jones goes off the right side, bounces off the first tackler, and fights down to the 39-yard line for a gain of 6 yards. It's going to bring up 3rd and 4 as the quarter comes to an end. 21-0 is your score. There's our fine replay there coming from the replay booth. Cameron Sparks doing another great job at replay directing. First quarter comes to an end. 21-0 is your score, and it's all Monrovia, Coach.
Yeah, the Cats established early. I mean, within the first minute and a half, 14 points on the board, and the offense had only had one play. They had the offensive score. They had the interception for a touchdown, a little bit of back and forth, and it's been early Cats all the time.
And
I think you have to get to 35 points.
35. And then you can start hammering that phone, getting all your plans sorted out for the evening. Hopefully you'll get to them a little earlier. And again, this is the number 1 team in the Mid-Valley section. Everybody knows that they've got 2 losses, but they know who those 2 losses are too, Ayala and South Hills, and they could have won both those games. And again, we've talked about it time and time again, Coach, the out-of-league schedule that Coach Maddox puts together just tests these young men and gets them ready for the run to the CIF. And you see it paying off here as it's 21-0 after one quarter.
And the Cats are driving for the next one.
Ball at 39, Hayworth under center. Looking to his left. He's got plenty of time.
Oh, that was a nice little pattern.
Looked like he had Bryant, but he was going downfield to Walsh, and Walsh lets another one go. It's 4th and 3 from the 39.
Probably go for it here.
Yeah, no hesitation. Hayworth brings the play in, brings the Cats up to the line. Frazier and Walsh in. There's 2 tight ends set. 2 receivers are
Might see the hard count here.
Kraft and Bryant. Ball is given to Darian Jones all the way. He's got room up the right side. He's going to get into the end zone for a 39-yard touchdown run. Thunder and lightning. And just like that, it's 27-0.
Boy, that was a drive a truck through size hole that the Wildcat lineman put together on that one. That one, I think I could have cleared.
The right side, Crusher Kano and Matt Norman. Matt Norman opening big holes there. Also, Walsh and Frazier did switch over to that side between that load of beef. Darian Jones had plenty of room to run. 21-0 is the score. Let's see. But Darian does a nifty job of reading a back there, and once he's in the open, forget about it. Darian's proven to be a very fast runner. Ainsworth is more of a bruiser. Kind of get the Lindell White, Reggie Bush thing going, Thunder and Lightning. Delay a game on the Wildcats. 11:45 left to go in the first half, 27-0. They're going to back the Wildcats up five yards. Andrew Gallegos is going to be snapping the deep snap. Darius McLean will hold. Mason Bryant will kick. They're going to set it down at the 15. There's the hold, the snap, the kick. Not in that order especially, but the kick is good.
Well,
Mason,
you wonder with the type of preparations and stuff that Coach Maddox does, I wouldn't be surprised if they had to delay a game just to give Mason a chance at making a possible field goal type situation from the 10 when you got stopped and you need a field goal.
There you see our nifty graphics, letting the folks know at home it's 28-0. 11:45 left to go in the second quarter, in the first half. And Wildcat defense definitely doing their job. 4 interceptions. 4 interceptions on the night. 2 from Darius McLean, 1 from Deshaun Potts, and 1 from Jeremy Haney. That was a pick 6 for a touchdown. 28-0. And this one's kicked into the end zone. So Mason, one of our prospects, a number of teams have offered. We've talked about it during the course of the season. Number of teams have offered Mason, including Harvard and I just heard Yale,
schools, yeah.
Ivy League schools. So they have confidence that he can handle the coursework. Brett Walsh, verbally committed to Northwestern, and George Frazier, verbally committed to Colorado. 1st and 10 for the Spartans on their own 20-yard line. 11:45 left to go. Ball is pitched out. Number 7 trying to get upfield. And whole slew of Cats there, but it looked like Deshaun Potts came up and stuck his helmet in there, Coach.
Yeah, I believe that was Deshaun. And right now, the Laganyata in no hurry to necessarily get going.
Gain of 3 on that. It's going to bring up 2nd and 7 from the 23. They're running a wishbone of option to the left side. That's got to be a face mask.
Yeah, that one was definitely
Javontre Ainsworth just
oops.
yanked him down by the face mask. So another penalty on the Wildcats. That's definitely going to be the 15-yard variety. It's going to be marked off from the 18. That's going to put the ball all the way up to the 33-yard line. 34-yard line. La Cañada will have a 1st and 10. .57 left to go in the first half. Clock is stopped. La Cañada with a fresh set of downs, down 28-0. Stick around for halftime, folks. Scholar Athlete Night. Get a chance to celebrate all the athletes who've done well academically. Ball is pitched. Here comes the reverse. They're trying to throw a pass. They got a man down the field. McLean's giving chase right now. He takes him down to the 24-yard line, but a little trickeration for La Cañada. I don't know how the reverse man got rid of the ball,
He
Coach.
did a really nice job of making that play. That one looked like it was broken the entire way. You can see it here. It goes through your living room. There he goes to the other side, and there's the catch.
McLean doing a good job of trying to knock that ball out, trying to pop the ball out. But I don't know how the La Cañada receiver, the back who was coming across in the reverse, was able to throw it up. But he was under heavy duress, was able to do so. First down from the 23. There's the pass, the pitch, fake the flags on the play, but the fake to the reverse, and number 7 kept it around in, but was unable to get big chunky yards. Got it to the 20-yard line. We'll see what the initial call is.
Probably got a hold.
Yep. Holding. Flag is down at the 23, so that would
Probably
mark.
about just over. It'll be about probably 19 to go. Can't imagine there'd be much hesitation to take that penalty.
Yeah, La Cañada was coming out of the huddle like they weren't going to have that happen. Ball's dropped all the way back to the 33. It's going to bring up 1st and 20 from the 33-yard line.
Well, half of La Cañada knows what's going on. The other half staying in the huddle. Okay, you're the bottle
line's
cap.
ready.
You're the bottle cap. You're broken glass. Go to the park car.
You're this big rubber pellet. Quarterback under center. 3-step drop, and they're going
That's a pass possibility.
That's a lateral.
That would definitely have been a lateral.
And G5, George Frazier with a tackle for loss there. That's a 7-yard loss, 6-yard loss. Oh, they're going to mark it as a 5-yard loss all the way back to the 38-yard line. That's going to bring up 2nd and 25. La Cañada going the wrong way now. They've definitely got the Wildcats' attention, the attention of the defense. 2nd and 25 from the 38.
Well, this is that anybody could be getting the ball from anywhere, so watch your people and stay where you're supposed to.
Coaches did say that La Cañada did not throw the ball a lot, so they did come out against type tonight. They have been throwing the ball around, not necessarily from traditional formations. There's probably a reason why they're not throwing the ball a lot. This one is intercepted by David Gallegos. He returns it out to the 47. Now we're probably seeing why they don't throw the football a lot.
Yeah, now they're kind of stuck in that. Uh-oh, we can't throw and we're down this much. We could be in large trouble.
See Gallegos getting tackled there.
Just another nice job of people getting to their drop zones and making their coverages, and let the quarterback or the receiver in this case, the guy with the ball, make a poor decision. And that's exactly what they're doing.
So Monrovia, with 8:37 left to go in the first half, has the ball on their own 47. Hayworth with 3 receivers to his right, hit.
They're calling that an interception.
So Jacob Bueno bounces off his shoestrings, bounces up into the air, and La Cañada intercepts the ball at their own. They get their pick of the night. So Hayward with his first interception of the night. That wasn't really on him, though. Got to catch those.
Right.
Puts the ball at the 30-yard line. 1st and 10 for La Cañada. 8:32 left to go in the first half. Defense back on the field. Potts directing traffic from his free safety position. Man in motion. There's a illegal procedure from the tight end, number 88. It's going to back up the Spartans to their 25-yard line, bring up a 1st and 15. They have an uphill job all night, and it seems like they've constantly put themselves off schedule and behind the chains on the first down tonight, Coach.
Right. That's got to give the opposing coach, you're already going up against the strongest team in the Valley, and you've got to play that picture-perfect game to even kind of hope to compete, and it's just not happening.
1st and 15 from the 25, man in motion. They fake it to him and give it to the up back. Gallegos is the first one there, and he shuts that play down. Gallegos with his 2nd tackle of the night to go along with his interception. Gain of about 2 on the yard, 2 on that carry. We'll say 3rd and 13 from the 27. I'm sorry, 2nd and 13 from the 27. 8:03 and counting. $7:55 and counting. 2nd and 13. 28-0 is your score, as you see there, folks. Hand to the.
Oh man,
the up man through was a fake. I bid on that, and 16 loses a number of yards, loses 3 yards.
David Gallegos, however, did not, and he stayed with the quarterback and brought him down for another couple yards lost in the backfield.
So David with a tackle for loss of 3 yards. It's going to bring up 3rd and 15. 7:15 left to go in the first half. 28-0 is your score. La Cañada quarterback with 2 receivers to his right, 2 backs in the backfield. Straight 5-step drop, trying to heave one out. Almost got that completed.
Yeah, that kind of came down to a jump ball.
Deshaun Potts back there.
kind of back there, and I don't know whether they didn't anticipate the throw being able to get that far or what, but it looked like it was definitely an up for grabs, and Deshaun did have the inside position.
So Deshaun with the pass broken up. Darren Huff standing at his own 42-yard line. Your score 28-0 with 6:54 left to go in the first half. Here comes the kick. It's a wobbly one. I don't think Huff's going to. Huff is going to get a chance. Yep, picks it up at the 42. He's out to his left-hand side, cutting back across the field. He's got some room.
Got a flag.
This is coming back. Some great crackback blocks. Exciting bit of running down to the 32-yard line of La Cañada, and there's tons of laundry on the field at the 45 and 47. That's going to be a block in the back on the Wildcats. That's going to nullify what was a nifty 23-yard return. Block in the back is their signal as our fine quality, excellent crew picks that up. So the clock stops, 6:36. That's going to back the ball all the way up to the 44-yard line, where the Wildcats will be 1st and 10. Looks like Craig Gillespie has checked in. He'll be at to Hayworth's right, wide right. Kraft, Bueno will be in the slot. Javier is out, Coach. He has got some issues with his thumb, so that's why we're not seeing him tonight. Mason Bryant on the far side of the field, split wide. Sole set back is Ainsworth. Hayworth with 5-step drop, and he goes towards Gillespie. Gillespie hauls it in for a touchdown pass. So one play, one drive, 56 yards, touchdown, Monrovia.
That was just a beautifully played
Coach?
pass. That was just a straight fly. You had one-on-one coverage. Nice read by Blake, and just an excellent pass. Led Cravon, who chased. He just ran it down, and that was just a perfectly executed play. Quick drop, get the ball out quick in space, and there was no. I mean, it was just one-on-one, and he had him beat.
5th drive of the night results in the 4th touchdown of the night for the Monrovia offense. The other touchdown courtesy of the Jeremy Haney interception return. But 5 drives, 4 touchdowns. 2 of those drives, one-play drives, Coach.
Yeah. You know, I mean, it's certainly not necessarily the challenge. So the trick is here, again, maintain your efficiency, maintain your focus, and keep playing your game. It's for somebody else to write what the score is. Your job is what's the outcome of what we're doing.
And a great job of Hayworth's doing a really wonderful job of looking off safeties. He's looked to his left the whole way and then came back to the right side. He hit Kraft on that when Kraft was in the slot doing the same thing earlier on the other drive. So Blake doing a good job of throwing by not locking in on his targets.
Right, and that's so tough on the defense because a lot of times you'll run into the quarterback who just looks, and when that's their pattern, you just follow their eyes, but not when they do look you off like that.
Bryant with the kick. This one will be returned from the 6. Nothing doing, and the way that was tackled, you'd think, no, Jeremy Haney in on that tackle. Kevin Bailey had such a big week last week, but that one was Jeremy Haney. So with 6:22 left to go, 35-0 is the score. La Cañada will start at their own 22-yard line, 1st and 10. Two receivers, to the quarterbacks left, single setback. Quarterback under center. 17 in motion. They give it to him this time for the sweep. And
that was a swarm in that sweep.
I think Brett Walsh is at the bottom of that pile.
Yeah, I think I see Rafael Garcia also coming in from his nose. Actually, the inside tackle spot.
5:56 left to go in the first half. 2nd and 10. No gain on that play. Quarterback has 2 receivers to his left. They fake the man in motion, then they do pitch it to him. And Ainsworth came up and forced that, Coach, but it looks like Avante Moore or Anthony Kraft finished that up, but Ainsworth is what would cause the problem on
he
that.
Definitely had the pitch man. He was right there at the point of the mesh point where the quarterback decides to get rid of it, and he definitely chose correctly because he would have been stymied, stifled, and stuffed.
So with 5:08 left to go, 3rd and 9, a gain of 1 on that play. La Cañada straight drop back, trying to run. He's got some room outside, and that closes quickly. Quarterback made the first person miss, and there's a penalty.
They're going to call that a late hit.
So
probably an unnecessary. I mean, it was definitely going out of bounds.
Ainsworth, is it going to be on Ainsworth or Kraft? It's a personal foul. Yeah, it's definitely on the Wildcats. Can't see whether that was on Ainsworth or that would be his second personal foul on the night. So the defense got him off the field, but with 4:49 left to go, fresh set of downs for the Spartans of La Cañada. That's going to move the ball all the way out to the 42-yard line. McLean at the corner on the near side, Kraft at the corner on the far side. Sean Potts and Haney are your safeties. Gallegos, Ainsworth, Walsh are the linebackers. Frazier, Moore, Garcia, and Kevin Bailey are your defensive line. 1st and 10 for the Spartans from the 42. 4:49 left to go in the first half. Quarterback under center. Quick pitch and misdirection there. Monrovia doesn't buy on it. David Gallegos with his 4th tackle of the night. And that was all David, Coach. He read that play beautifully.
Again, that's just following your reads and knowing that the ball goes one way and you're the scrape or the backside backer. You're gonna read to see if there's something coming around back the other way, and that's what he did.
Pitch was fake to first man and given to the second man in motion. David was not fooled by that. Loss of 1 on the play, 2nd and 11. Here comes another pitch. 17 looking for room. He's got someone around the edge. He's going to be into the Monrovia territory, past the sticks, down to the 46-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 13 yards, and La Cañada with 4:03 left to go as first down in Monrovia territory. How do you get the edge there, Coach?
I think they just hooked Javontre and were able to flank to the outside, and they just had an alley. Just a nice set of blocks.
So with 4:03 left to go, the clock is stopped as the ball carrier did get out of bounds. Ball at the 46-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Spartans. Quick pitch to number 7. He doesn't have anywhere to go this time.
Flag down.
Flag is down. Walsh and Gallegos in on the tackle there. A tackle, 1-yard loss on the play. We'll wait to see what the flag is about.
Yeah, chop
block.
I was going to say it looked like one of the cats was slow getting up, and that's where a lineman ducks down under what is considered to be a defenseless lineman in this case, or you have one man blocking high and the other one blocks low, and it's just a real dangerous play.
Takes the ball all the way back to the La Cañada 37-yard line. 15-yard penalty, and flag came after the 2-yard loss of 17. That's going to bring up 1st and 27 from the 37. There's the pitch. They're going to try to throw out of this another halfback pass. It is complete. Number 10, Brett Walsh there to bust that up, and Deshaun Potts to finish it off.
Well, the Cats aren't going to be fooled anymore on that sort of thing. They're expecting that. They know to stay with their reads, and you give up, 3 yards, 4 yards?
Yeah, it's going to bring up a 2nd and 23 from the 41-yard line. Gain of about 4, like you said, Coach. So it doesn't seem like their quarterback throws the ball. It just seems like they're throwing it out of the halfback option. Let's see what La Cañada has for 2nd and 23. Straight drop back, looking to try to get the ball down the field. There's a wounded duck. Great break on the ball, trying to do a tip drill. Is that Walsh that was making that? Kraft broke it up, but looked like Deshaun Potts trying to come in there and make that leaping grab. Great job. 2:46 left to go in the first half. That stops the clock. The incompletion stops the clock. Your score is 35-0. Don't forget, it's Scholar Athlete Night, folks. So when we go to halftime, we're going to get our scholar athletes out. So stay with us at halftime and celebrate all the athletes in Monrovia that do it as a student athlete. Remember, it's student athlete, and they've done a bang-up job covering the academics and the athletics. Quarterback's just winging it. Pass falls harmlessly down at about the 48-yard line. That's going to bring up a 4th and 23 with 2:41 left to go, and Monrovia's going to get one more chance to score.
That's a lot of time for this offense. It's definitely clicking against this La Cañada Spartan team. We'll get another chance for a special team score here. Although the Cats will get the ball to start the second half as La Cañada had elected to receive at the beginning.
Ball is bobbled and barely has gotten away. Takes a Spartan bounce and then dies at about the 38, so they were lucky to get that one away. 2:31 left to go in the first half. Monrovia is in business at the 40-yard line, 1st and 10. And you got to imagine if Wildcats score here 42-0, our boy Brew's going to be told to
let him run. Yeah, and if not,
Brew, run.
If not at at that point, it would certainly come at the start of the halftime, the second half.
Hayward's got twins formation. Spencer, Bryant are wide. He looks to his left all the way. And short hops one to Bryant. Looked like there was a little miscommunication on that route.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely was thrown to a spot, and that top receiver was just headed upfield.
Bryant, the intended receiver. Bueno's in the slot on that side. Kraft and then Spencer on the near side. Ainsworth is the sole setback. Hayworth is in the shotgun. 2nd and 10, takes a snap. Quick, trying to hit the quick slant to Jacob Bueno, and that's broken up.
Just a nice play by the defender. Jacob was behind him, and that was set to be another big play. But defender for La Cañada able to extend and tip that ball away.
So 3rd and 10 from the 40. 2-2-2 left to go in the first half. 2-2-2. 2:22. Same formation. Nope, he's got trips to his right now. He's signaling something. He's looking for Bryant all the way. He's going to have to run this time. Hayward's in trouble. Gets out of it. Down the field, he's got Bueno, and Bueno just let that one get through his hands. So there is a flag down. It looks like it's going to be against the Wildcats. If they decline it, you know that Monrovia's going to go for it, don't you think?
Well, if they decline it, it's 3rd down over, so you got 3rd and 20 instead of 3rd and 10.
4th
so
and
you got to
20
figure
if they decline it.
If
right?
they decline it, yes. You would think that they're going to decline it and presume that Monrovia would punt, even though their chance of success is fairly good.
So 3 passes, 3 incompletions on that drive for the Wildcats. Haney into punt. 2:12 left to go in the first half. There's a snap. Haney gets a line drive off, but it's away from the kick returner, who picks it up at about the 15, makes the first man miss. He's up to the 25, and then he's brought down hard by number 50, Aaron Conde. Aaron Conde doing a great job of getting down and being the second man to hit the return man, number 8. Ball is down at the 26-yard line with 1:59 left to go in the first half. La Cañada will go to work at their own 26-yard line, 1st and 10.
Excellent job of protection by the line for punter is Jeremy. Nice job, and then he got a nice kickoff and they tried to pick it up, and the Wildcats were able to race downfield and contain him for a short return.
So with 1:59 left to go in the first half, 35-0 is your score. La Cañada trying to get something going on. Quarterback has time to throw, and the ball is thrown out of bounds.
Time to throw, but no one to throw to.
Everybody dropped back and prevent on that one. So just a three-man rush that time, it looked like. Stops the clock with 1:53, 2nd and 10 from the 27-yard line. Quarterback takes a snap. He's looking to his left all the way. Ball is hits Darius in a bad spot, right on the 3.
I think Darius was about 20 yards downfield looking at the end zone and going, oh, my.
Eyes
Just
got
forgot one
big
thing.
as saucers. Just forgot one thing, like you said.
Catch the ball.
Yeah, that was a pick 6 waiting to happen. 147. Okie doke, 147 left to go in the first half. The clock is stopped. Monrovia could take a timeout and get the ball back.
They could, yeah. You saw Darius doing penance out there.
Here comes pressure. And the ball, it just has to be, they have to get rid of it. So Monrovia is going to get it back. La Cañada runs 3 plays, doesn't take any time off, and you got to wonder why not just run the football.
Well, yeah, and
try
you're
to
throwing
get
the
outta
ball
here
for
down.
incompletes. It's, I mean, the one thing that the Cats can do, we've seen them on a number of occasions either come very close or actually get some blocks. And the punt was mishandled last time. Poor snap, and the punter had to get it, although they have their trick play, but you know the Cats are ready for that.
Huff back to receive it. He's going to get the chance to receive this one. Hauls it in at the 38. He's got room to run. Makes first guy miss. He's up to midfield. And that's where Monrovia will go into business at the 49-yard line. Return of about 12 yards by Darren Huff. That stops the clock with 1:27 left to go. Again, tonight is Scholar Athletes night, so don't disappear during halftime, folks. 1st and 10 from the 49-yard line. Kraft in the slot. Gillespie is wide right. Hayworth is in shotgun. Bryant on the far side of the field. Hayward takes a snap. He's under pressure, gets out of it, does a great job. That's excellent job. Completion for 14 yards.
It's kind of like he doesn't have that size, but that's that Roethlisberger kind of escape that you see from the Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback, seemingly caught and able to elude and continue a play. And anytime you do that with the receivers that the Cats have, that spells doom and disaster for the other team.
Bryant with the catch, 14 yards.
Oh, Lord.
Hayworth's got Jacob Bueno wide open. Bueno's taken down to the 10-yard line. It's going to be a gain of 17 yards. Nope, 27 yards is correct.
Boy, that one was a Chinese buffet there. I mean, Blake had 4 receivers he could have thrown to. They were all open. Got a timeout. I don't know who's calling it. La Cañada. They may just not be prepared. They may only have, they have an 11 out there, but
wanted to try to get their feet under them, and they saw what you saw, which was everybody was wide open on that
there was
last
total,
pass.
almost like a total lack of confusion was there, and it just didn't work.
50 seconds left to go. 35-0 is the score. 50.4 seconds.
You think they'll score? What do you think?
On this play or this drive?
Well, let's go with this drive. What do you think?
Yes.
You're saying that's a yes. You just take. Is that going to be a touchdown, or will you think it's settle for a field goal?
No.
You think it's a touchdown?
Yeah, I think it's on this play.
You think it's on this play?
Is that a violation of my journalistic integrity?
No, I don't believe so. I think you're
my objective,
that's, as an English
non-biased.
Teacher, as an English teacher, you deal in prediction and that, I believe.
Yeah, you want to look for foreshadowing.
Foreshadowing, that's a good one, yeah.
Foreshadowing was that Jacob Bueno was wide open on the play before. Hayward takes a snap. He's looking in the it was looking for was that Darian Jones? Yeah, it was either Spencer or Jones that's coming across the backfield. It looked like Blake was leading him to try to say, get up the field. And when you're in trouble like that, it's the back's job is to get up the field, isn't it?
Yeah, it should be, yeah. I think that was Javontre.
Was that Javontre?
Yeah.
Gillespie and Kraft to the right, Bryant to the left, Ainsworth the sole setback, Jacob Bueno also in the slot to Hayworth's right. He's looking for Bryant all the way in the fade. Bryant goes up,
got a flag.
catches it, touchdown.
Gotta think that's going to be a
pass interference. So I was one play off.
You were close though.
10-yard. We'll wait for the flag, but we're pretty sure it's defensive pass interference.
That is the call.
Touchdown for Mason Bryant. It's his third catch of the night, his first touchdown of the night. That's Blake's third touchdown pass for the night. He's 176 yards and 3 touchdown passes. With 39.5 seconds left to go, Gallegos will snap it to McLean. McLean will put it down for Bryant to hold, and they'll be going for their 42nd point of the night. 7 drives, 5 touchdowns. 2 of them were one-play drives. The Wildcats have got it all happening tonight. And Hayworth is getting it done primarily through the air. 176 yards and 3 touchdowns. Just the one interception off the tipped pass from Bueno to the La Cañada defender. But other than that, 3 touchdowns, 1 pass, 176 yards. That's the season average for the Wildcats in through the air. So,
well, it would appear they've definitely come in with the intent of let's work on our passing game at this point.
Gates with the snap. McLean with the hold. Bryant with the kick. Kick is up. The kick is good. 42-0 with 39 seconds left. And you wonder why La Cañada didn't try to run the football and run the time off. They got Monrovia off with the 3 incomplete passes on that last drive. And instead of I guess you don't come out to lose them. So you're going to throw the ball around, try to make something happen. But you figure 35-0, you just want to get into the locker room. When they do get into the locker room, stick around, folks, because we will be doing Scholar Athlete Night. Scholar Athlete Night for the halftime festivities, hosted by yours truly, John Russell, and the coach, the mean middle linebacker, the mean Mike linebacker from Cal Poly Pomona. The career tackles game record holder, that would be none other than the coach, Dave Hart.
It was a good night. I got to credit my defensive line for doing their job.
Eating all those blocks so you could.
Yep. Give me the clear shot at the running back.
You also beat Fresno State that season, didn't you?
I believe we did.
Bryant with the kick. It's a boomer.
Heels planted? No.
That one's into the end zone. 39.5 seconds left to go. 2 more games after this, folks. Make sure that you come and support your 2 more games at home. Make sure that you come out and support your Wildcats. The big one is October 26 against San Marino. San Marino undefeated, 6-0 right now. They're probably whooping up on Blair tonight. They plan on coming in and what would be for all the league marbles, ranked 6th in the Valley. The Mid-Valley Division. Monrovia ranked number 1. First and 10 for the Spartans on their own 20. Man in motion. They give it to him. He's looking to throw. Ball is tipped by G5, George Frazier. Not fooled by that. Stops the clock with 34.5 seconds. Another incomplete pass.
Well, Lacanyata appears committed to the pass. At this point, I'm not sure why you would necessarily do that. Your boys are getting thoroughly hammered. I guess if you hit a big play, that's the energy you're looking for. But oof.
2nd and 10 from the 20, 34.5 seconds left to go. Empty the backfield. Quarterback is going to look that direction. Ball is incomplete. Only 5 seconds comes off the clock. 29.7 seconds left to go in the first half. 42-0 is the score. 3rd and 10 coming up. Looks like they're going to have to punt if they don't take a knee. I mean, you figure just run the football.
If they don't,
they're going to. If they throw another incomplete pass, they're going to have to punt the ball.
Well, yeah.
Kind of silly. I guess you play to win, but you also want to limit the amount that you're trying to come back from. Again, empty backfield. Quarterback takes a 3-step drop. He's running for his life now. Ball is just thrown away. That brings up 4th and 10 with 23 seconds left to go. We are just scratching our heads up here. 42-0. And they're going to have to kick. Huff's going to get a chance to return this, folks, and that's all you need is for him to return it, just to pour salt into the wound.
Well, this is one where somebody looks at, oh, look at those Wildcats just running it up, and yet the other team is
doing everything they can to help us run it up.
Make it look like that, yeah. Maybe they're a tough second half team, and they're trying to lull us with.
Here comes the punt.
There we go.
Huff's going to get a return.
I don't think that's.
No, he's
going
to walk.
Bueno.
Oh, Bueno. So I'm sure we're going to see a victory formation here. I'm sure that the Cats are going to.
Well, maybe the Cats will give them what they want. You want us to have the ball and have a chance. 14-second drive.
It was 27 seconds in Ayala.
Yeah.
27 seconds at the end of the half.
Yeah.
They weren't at their own 45. They were back at the 20. They got it down into field goal range in 27 seconds. So you imagine this is going to be a victory formation?
I would.
No.
I'd be mildly surprised if
No.
Coach does anything but.
He's got 3 receivers to his left and 1 to his right.
Maybe there's something we don't know about.
And they're looking to throw.
Out of bounds.
Out of bounds. He's got 8 seconds left. The ball is completed for 12 yards to Octavius Spencer. Was that Kraft? I apologize.
Was there something on the bulletin boards this week that we didn't get a hold of? Well, the White Hat's going, man, why didn't I call for the running clock earlier? And maybe it has to be after the second half begins. I don't know. Because they started running the clock last week when we reached the 35. We were up 39, I think. And
42-0. Hayward takes a snap. He's looking to throw. He throws the ball. It's incomplete. It still leaves 2 seconds left.
Thank goodness. We got one more play we can pull.
It's the 17th attempt by Blake tonight.
Probably begs the Hail Mary call, I guess, at this point. Let's throw it up and see who comes down with it.
So 2.1, I guess they're going to practice the old Hail Mary here. 2nd and 10 from the 43-yard line.
They should empty the backfield. Just put everybody out there.
Kraft and Bueno and Bryant to the left. Hayworth looking.
There it goes.
He throws it.
He's open.
He's open. Oh, and it was broken up. So intended for Bryant. And that's going to do it, folks. With no time on the clock, 42-0, and it's a tale of both offense and defense, coach, as the defense comes up with 5 interceptions, and the offense gets 188 yards from Blake Hayworth.
Well, just a solid half for the Wildcats. Questionable philosophy by La Cañada, and certainly played into the Wildcats' hands.
Giving Monrovia a chance to add points at the end, but they are unable to do so. 42-0 is your score. Join us for our halftime celebration, but right now we're going to sign off. 42-0 is the score. We will see you on the other side. For boys basketball, Max Thomas. For boys soccer, Dave Allewine. Dave Oslo, also for soccer and water polo. Connor Sams for boys soccer. Carrie Osimo was it before that. For girls basketball, Chandler Alexander.
And that's such a nice thing to see. Chandler is just a great kid.
Taylor Bruton for girls basketball.
Another great one. They both play softball as well. Excellent young ladies.
Michaela Late for girls soccer. She had her breast cancer supporting. Teresa Stratus.
Teresa Stratus, number 9. She's just a wonderful young lady as well.
Jason Macario for boys tennis. Austin Newton for boys tennis. For dance, Ira Villarreal. Ira Villarreal. There she is. Get a nice shot of the back of her head. Stephanie Cox for band. Another band member, Amanda Felizardo. Also for band, Dominique Fowler. And for band, Mark Gouderman. Again, more band members, Evan Johnson and Melissa Johnson. Annie Lamb for band. Emily Lamb for band.
Any relation?
I believe so. I'm going to take a stab. Ray Quiro for band. And Hunter Rodriguez also for band. Josh Santiago for band. There's Annie Lamb shaking the dignitaries' hands. Isaac Silva. And last but not least, Travis Stone. So, folks, they're lined up from the goal line to the 30-yard line, home of champions and scholars. And these are your student athletes, your academic scholars. It's Scholar Athlete Night. And between all these sports that we heard tonight, we started off with football, but couldn't be prouder of you, ladies and gentlemen, you young student athletes, you young scholar athletes, Monrovia's finest. Congratulations to all of you as the last of the band members come across and shake Mr. Gilliland's hands, Mr. Wong's hands, Mr. Rich's hand. And there you see very proud parents, very wonderful students doing an excellent job of representing the Monrovia Unified School District from one end of the football field to the other. We're very proud of all your efforts, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, if if you were here, you couldn't be any prouder. They've done a bang-up job in that classroom and in their extracurricular athletic endeavors. Making Monrovia proud. We were going to wrap up Scholar Athlete Night shortly, and everyone has been, they are starting to clear the field. They're going to walk off, and while they walk off proudly. They're proudly representing Monrovia. Phenomenal job of being student athletes and scholar athletes. So tip of the cap to all those fine young ladies and gentlemen, and Monrovia is very proud to count you as their own. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Monrovia Wildcat Stadium. I'm John Russell. I'm joined by the coach, Dave Hart. We are getting ready to kick off the second half. Monrovia will be receiving the ball. They are up 42-0. And Coach, how do you spin a beat down?
Which side?
We're up here hoping that
Yeah, I mean, if you're the Wildcats, you're doing exactly what we need you to do. You're executing your plan. Just keep it up. If you're on the LC locker room, we're playing a really good team, guys, and you're doing a great job of giving them everything they've got. They're able to meet us, but we're just out here to play the game. And who knows? Second place is right around the corner.
Well, unofficially in the first half, Blake Hayworth was 8 for 18 for 188 yards and 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Darian Jones had 2 runs for 45 yards and a touchdown. Javontre Ainsworth had 4 carries for 23 yards and a touchdown. The Monrovia offense had 8 drives. One with the clock ran out of them at the end. 5 of those went for a touchdown. Here comes the onside kick, and it's free, and it looks like it's picked up, and it was picked up by La Cañada, and they look like they got it. So Monrovia asleep, and the clock is not running. So we had a 7-hour and 57-minute first half. That's a little hyperbole, folks. It's an hour and 20-minute first half, and the offense is not going to come out. It will be the defense.
No, the kicker actually retrieved that, almost or either lost it or near lost it, and Cats were playing up for an onside. They just got outflanked.
Well, La Cañada has the football at the Monrovia 38, and the reserves are coming in. There's the ball is handed off. It's brought down by number 73, Alec Elixoy, and then here come the ones. The ones are coming back in. So look like the twos got a series, and now the ones are coming back in. So with the ball in the 35, the ones' job is not done tonight. The starting lineup, we will go back to the way things were.
And we do have Alex Duran out at the corner now, so they have
starting to mix it up a little bit.
Oh, well, that was
that's because McLean's hat wasn't ready. So Darius is out. We'll give you the starting lineup after this. 3 yards for the Spartans on first down. Brings up 2nd and 7 from the 35. Quarterback with a 5-step drop. Looking for it all. The ball's broken up. Look like Brett Walsh is there, and we've got an injured Wildcat. It looks like Deshaun Potts is limping. He's coming up pretty gingerly. Your starting line, Kevin Bailey is defensive end. Rafael Garcia, Vontae Moore, the tackles. George Frazier's got his hand in the dirt. He's playing defensive end. Gallegos, Brett Walsh, and Javontre Ainsworth are your linebackers. Jeremy Haney is his free safety, along with Deshaun Potts, and McLean and Kraft are your corners. Looked like Potts was got banged up. Walsh was running downfield with a running back on that play, and he went to go block that, and he and Deshaun did collide, and Deshaun getting up gingerly, but he is up, and he's playing 3rd and 7 from the 35. The clock stops at 11:01. Ball is handed off, and blowing it up in the backfield is number 42. Kevin Bailey, just reading it from his in position.
Well, you got to believe it's 4-down territory.
Might as well if they're kicking onside kicks.
Yeah, you won't do stuff like that to punt it away. And Thank goodness it's a stop. It's a running clock right now.
No, they're punting.
Well,
Go figure.
well, you'd have to believe you've got to play fake. There's no doubt about it. You got to play fake here. Well, I'm not even sure if they know what they're doing yet.
No.
Field goal. All righty then.
They're attempting a field goal. This is a 57-yarder. The ball will be put down at the 47-yard line. They don't hurry up and get it off. It's going to be a 62-yarder. There it is. So much for that. The 57-yarder is now going to be a 62-yard attempt.
Ooh. They're going to be selling tickets to the defensive line. They want to get a good look at this one. Kind of a reminder of the recent passing of legend Alex Karras. And he talked about Tom Dempsey, who kicked the 63-yarders. He said, I just need to get in position. We wanted to get a good look at this thing. And sure enough, he made the kick.
Still going for it.
Well, sure.
62 yards.
Might see a fake here. Maybe there's more to this game than we know.
Trying to get on the board. Whale of a whack at it. Just short, 5 yards short. Maybe the 57-yarder might have been good.
Yeah,
it was dead on.
Well, you got to give them credit for that. Now,
for
what
something.
What I'm not sure of, I don't know if had the Wildcats laid somebody back, if you can return something like that out of the end zone.
For high school, out of the end zone, probably not, right?
Yeah, I know the kickoff, you're done in the end zone, but I don't know if on a try like that. But
now, since it
did make the end zone,
so it's a
you
touchback.
get it's as good as a punt. Maybe that was the idea.
There you go. Might as well try to get some points and.
And then they don't get a chance for a return.
There you go.
There you go.
So with 9:58 left to go, the Spartans spend 2 minutes and 2 seconds of futility.
Looks like Deshaun's taking over at quarterback.
So we are seeing the twos.
Under.
Aaron Conde out late. He hands the ball to Jacob Bueno on the carry. So we'll try to get you a starting lineup right now, folks. We're going to be a little bit of disadvantage. I see that Alex Duran is in. Number 27, Anthony Marquez is in. Deshaun Potts is your quarterback. You see him right there. You got 73 is Alec Iclasoy on the line. Number 74, Gage Buasante is in, Coach.
Oh, good to see Gage.
He's healthy. And Bueno's tied up in the backfield. No, I'm sorry, that's number 27, Anthony Marquez.
Jake Ayala is out there.
So with 9:07 left to go, the Cats 3rd and 10. They lost a 2 for Marquez on that.
Logan Craig is out there on the field. So they've definitely brought in some more of the Cats, getting some game experience.
Potts takes the snap. He's looking. One hops one out wide to number 23, Logan Craig. That ball's incomplete. So 3 and out for the Wildcats. Stops the clock at 8:45. The score is 42-0, and the ones are done for the night. And the refs, I guess, asked La Cañada if we could run the clock, and La Cañada said no. So Coach Maddox doing the right thing, letting the twos go the rest of the way. See if they can keep the shutout intact. Haney with a really high kick. It's hauled in at the 50-yard line. And Darius McClain down for the tackle at the 47-yard line of the Wildcats. So that's where La Cañada will punch a clock. Second drive of the night with 8:35 left to go in the third quarter. 42-0 is your score. It's been all Monrovia tonight, folks, and La Cañada playing the field position game right now. We're going to see if we can get you some names. We see number 34 is in, and we don't know who that is, but we know that number
34 is Darren Huff.
Darren Huff, that's right.
Aaron Conde, Alec Iclasoy.
Here comes the man in motion. They fake it to him and then pitch it the other way.
Story remains the same.
Number 50, Aaron Conde just blew that play up in the backfield. It's a 7-yard loss, 8-yard loss in the backfield.
Stefan Golar still out there, Alejandro Vega.
Takes the ball back all the way to the La Cañada 46-yard line. It's going to bring up 2nd and 18. Daniel Spreen's out there as well.
Alex Duran on one corner. Looks like Cravon Gillespie.
Quarterback 5-step drop. He's trying to throw over the middle. That's almost hauled in by number 27, Logan Craig. No, Anthony Marquez. Marquez doing a great job of being over the top, and underneath was Gillespie on the coverage. Marquez doing a great job of laying out for that coach.
Yeah, really, they see this as this is their chance to shine and keep their apple polished in the eye of the coach. And these kids are not going to come out here to just say, well, we're just kind of filling in. They believe in themselves, and so do the coaches believe in what they can do.
3rd and 17. Quarterback just throws out into the flats. Ball is complete. First man to get there is number 9, Craig Gillespie. He makes a tackle, just gets a shoestring tackle. It's going to bring up 4th and 10 from the 47-yard line of Monrovia. 7:30 and counting right now. Looks like La Cañada is going to go for it.
Well, field goal is a opportunity too. You can't rule that out.
It'd be about the same distance they were at last time, wouldn't it?
Yeah, a little farther, I think.
A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
You see Logan Craig and Alec Iclasoy.
But the Cats have called timeout, I think.
Spartans did. Spartans called timeout. Maybe they want to talk about the
possibilities. Let's see. Is it as far as it was last time?
Just a reminder, folks, November 2nd is homecoming. Come out and support your Wildcats. They'll be playing Temple City that night. And the week before, a big title tilt heavyweight boxing match between the San Marino Titans and the Monrovia Wildcats, October 26th. That one ostensibly will be for league. Also, sort of established pecking order in the Mid-Valley Division. As we've said, Max Preps has your 4-2 Wildcats ranked number 1 in the division. And where it come to playoff times, is that what CIF looks at when they do the seeding, Coach?
Say that again now.
When they're seeding the tournament, do they look at Max Preps' rankings for the teams?
Well, you would have to think that because of the extensive job that Max Preps does, they're kind of the go-to place. And I would have to think that's taken into account when they're setting the lead and all of that. I believe it's a coach's poll as well.
4th and 10. They're throwing it. This is a lateral.
So he can throw.
Run,
and he can
the
throw
ball
it.
is intercepted.
Good as a punt, they thought.
It's Gillespie, and he's coming back the other way. He's still on his feet. Has one player to beat, and he doesn't beat him, but he gets the ball up to the 50-yard line. 33 yards on the return, but Gillespie with the 6th interception of the night for the Wildcats. You see Gillespie had that one all the way. Cuts back across the field, and it looks like if he just waited for a blocker here, he might have had a chance to take it all the way, but number 7 comes and takes him down. But one interception already returned for a touchdown tonight by Jeremy Haney. Puts the Wildcats in business at the 49-yard line. Potts will bring him out as quarterback. I formation. Potts takes a snap and does a pitch out to, that's Bueno. Bueno's, nope, number 47. Number 27?
27.
Number 20, no, it's
no,
47.
It is 47.
And we don't know who that is.
He was 46 last week, I believe, and he's 47.
Now he's 47 this week. So 47 with an excellent 22-yard scamper right up the gut, and we don't know who he is.
But it was an excellent run.
Beautiful run. 42-0 is your score, as you can see. Potts takes it Pitches it out. This one's 27. That is Anthony Marquez. Marquez will gain about 3 yards on the carry, and we got an injured La Cañada Spartan. So last week it was 46. This week's 47. 47 with a 22-yard carry, and we don't know his name, folks. We're going to try to get that for you. While we have an injured Spartan, let's remind you again, homecoming. Oh, no, he's up. He's up. 5:59 left to go in the third quarter. 42-0 is your score. Deshaun Potts under center. Marquez is the running back. He's handed off. Potts hands it off to him, and Marquez has thrown for a 4-yard loss.
We're not sure on a first name, but we believe Rosas is the name of the player, 47.
47's that. Rosas was the 23-yard carry that put the Wildcats down to the 28-yard line of the La Cañada Spartans, but 2 plays since have resulted in a loss of 2 yards. It's going to be 3rd and 12 from the 29-yard line. I formation. Potts comes to center, takes it, pitches it, this time to Marquez. Marquez fights to the 25-yard line. He's going to get a gain of about 4 yards. It's going to make a 4th and 8 from the 25-yard line.
We do have a first name now. Fernando Rosas made that nice run. Good job, Fernando.
So 4th and 8, looks like the Wildcats are going for it.
Well, what we haven't seen, and they ran this with Deshaun was the Wildcat, but apparently they're still going to stay with that eye.
Andrew Gallegos in at the fullback. Deshaun Potts under center. They fake to him. Potts is going to throw. He rolls out, and he's got room to run.
Oh, Lord.
He's got nothing but real estate in front of him. And Potts gets all the way down to the 7-yard line, 8-yard line.
That poor cornerback, you go, I don't know what to do. He turned to run and cover, and Deshaun wisely just said, well, I'll follow you.
So Potts with a gain of 17 on the keeper. Gets the Wildcats down to the 8-yard line, and that extends the drive. First and goal from the 8.
Fernando Rosas checking back in.
Rosas is in at tailback. Andrew Gallegos is in at fullback. Gage Buasante is in at center, and Potts taking the snap. They pitch it to Rosas. Rosas bangs his way inside the 5, down to the 3, gain of 5 yards.
Yeah, again, good to see Gage Buasante back in, getting some reps. He did some on the defensive side last week. Now getting some more on the offensive side as the Cats start to get healthy.
2nd and goal from the 3. Ryan Chang in there at guard. He's at right guard. Right tackle is Alec Iklasoy. Buasante in at center. Potts pitches the ball. Number 47, Rosas. He gets down to the 1-yard line. It's going to bring up a 3rd and goal from the 1. 3:08 left to go in the third quarter. And the Cats banging at the door with the second teamers. Tom Reale's
Philip Castillo's in there as well at the back position.
Tom Reale's crew giving us great opportunities to see who's in there. Number 19 is Eric Cox. He's in at the split wide to the right, to Deshaun Potts' right. 3rd and goal from the 1. Potts tries to keep it himself. He's trying the left side. Puts the ball out. Doesn't get there. It's going to bring up 4th and goal. So 4 plays from the 8. Number 66 in there is Christian Walton. Number 63 is Logan Zamora. So you got Christian Walton, Zamora, Buasante, Alec Iklasoy, and Chang across the front.
Do you dare going for it here? Boy, you could light a spark under La Cañada, and I don't know if that's a fire you want to ignite.
They didn't get in.
Oh, boy.
So La Cañada fired up that stop comes. It's quite the momentum switch in this game. Change in momentum. Lady momentum has shone down upon the Spartans of La Cañada.
This could be
the turning point in the game. 1:53 left to go in the in the second half. Set in the third quarter. We're all hoping and praying. But the clock is stopped. We've been trying to get Brubaker to make the clock run, but it's not. So now the defense has a chance for a safety here. They're throwing out of the end zone.
Well, that's good.
The ball is intercepted.
Oh, my
Nothing but real estate in front of him. Intercepted by number 24, Alex Duran. The ball is returned to the 5-yard line.
How many interceptions is that? Is that number 7?
That's number 7. Duran has 1. Gillespie has 1. Haney has 1 for a touchdown. McLean with 2. Potts with 1. Gallegos for 1. 7 interceptions on the night. Ball's back at the 5. And, Coach, you just were shaking your head in disgust. You want to give your boys a chance to win, right?
You would. Yeah.
You'd think. I don't know what they're seeing that they feel like they can keep throwing the ball, chucking it up like that, but it just seems like you just add an insult to injury. First and goal from the 5, Potts under center. Hands the ball, pitches it actually, and Marquez is going to get in this time. Is that Marquez or Rosas?
Yes, no,
that was Marquez. So Marquez with the 5-yard touchdown run, and your score is 48-0. And it looks like we're going to try a different kicker, right?
Yeah, this is the young man that was kicking last week.
Nakarati.
Yeah.
Lucas Nakarati. Be number 32. Trying the point after. Same hold, same snap, same kick, same result. Different kicker, I mean. Same snapper, same holder, different kicker, same result. 49-0 with a minute 40. The interception leads to a 5-yard touchdown run from Marquez, and Anthony Marquez gets in for pay dirt, and the clock is stopped at 1:40. But we're hopeful here, Coach. We're hopeful.
Yes,
49-0, we're hopeful in the fourth quarter that they will run the clock.
It's nice watching the first line big eaters giving their backups props for the job they did on that drive. They got the one play off while the defense decided to take the ball back.
Here comes the kick. Nakarati booms this one into the end zone. Great job. He is a senior, though, so you don't have him next year. With 1:40 left to go in the third quarter, 49-0 is your score. 7 interceptions, the story of the night, on top of Blake Hayworth's nearly 200 yards of passing, 3 touchdowns. The explosive Wildcat offense manhandling La Cañada, and the defense doing its part with 7 interceptions. La Cañada will start 1st and 10 at their own 20, and the other thing that we've been talking about is La Cañada's play calling doesn't really seem to be helping their cause.
Well, it really is just there's no they're in the bone, I guess, and they just fumbled
There's a fumble. It's picked up, and somebody stayed at home.
Number 34, Darren
Huff. Huff staying at home on that one. The fumble did not throw him off. Loss of 5 on the play. Huff with the tackle for loss. 1:18 left to go in the third quarter. 49-0 is the score. Second and 15 for the Spartans. Quarterback takes the snap, pitches it. Here comes the end around. He could have been blown up in the backfield. Linebacker had an angle on that, Coach, and just missed him. But Marquez and Huff there to make the tackle at the 20, so only a gain of 5. It's going to bring up 3rd and 10 from the 20. But who blew in there? It looked like number 23, Logan Craig, was in there and just didn't get a chance to get him down. 27 seconds left to go in the 3rd quarter. See number 50 there, Aaron Conde next to Ikhlasoy. Ikhlasoy is at the tackle, Conde at the end. Quarterback under center. Hands the ball. The ball's on the ground. The ball is recovered by the Spartans. It's going to bring up a 4th down. Nope. La Cañada did get on that, didn't they, Coach?
I believe they did, yeah.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter with 3 in the books. Your score, Monrovia 49, La Cañada 0. It has been all that it was expected to be, and all that makes it difficult for the Wildcats as they get ready to make their push through CIF.
Yeah, I mean, next week, we haven't said much about it. Next week they have Blair. I believe they're playing that at Muir or somewhere in Pasadena. And that one would shape up to be similar to this one. You probably see a lot of the second-tier guys getting reps, which is good. And I like seeing that. Coach Maddox has done a great job over his tenure of giving these guys chances to play when it's appropriate and putting them in some tough situations, but giving them playing time that invariably is played off when they get into playoffs, because you can certainly, as the competition gets a little more dramatic and heated, you need everybody to be available and feel like they've been in the game and are a part of it.
Huff waiting on the punt. He's going to get a chance to return this. It's over his head and goes out of bounds. A heck of a punt. All the way down to the 28-yard line. Didn't get out of bounds. I thought it was headed out of bounds. Phenomenal punt. 52 yards on the kick.
Here it comes. There's the signal. The clock is running.
And there it is, folks. 49-0. 11:30 left to go in the 4th quarter. Monrovia going to bring out their offense, and the clock is running to give all of us, but especially the La Cañada Spartans, a chance to wave the white flag. Monrovia 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line. We'll say the 28. Potts under center. I formation. Potts takes the pitch. The snap, pitches it to Marquez. Marquez gets hauled down from behind. Gets a gain of about 1. No, that's Rosas that time.
Fernando Rosas on the carry.
So Rosas gets a yard on that play. 10:38 left to go. We are counting down, folks. There will be no stopping the clock. 2nd and 9 from the 29. Potts under center. It's 2 receivers, 2 backs. Ball is pitched to Rosas. No, this time it's Marquez. Marquez bangs his way up to the 34 where he's brought down, but not before a gain of about 4 yards out to the 33. It's going to bring up 3rd and 5 from the 34-yard line. 9:59 left to go in the football game. 49-0 is your score. And you also like to see the underclassmen get some playing time, because this team is senior heavy, Coach, and you wonder what's going to be left in the cupboard next year.
Right. Well, you've got Deshaun Potts as a junior this year.
Potts takes the snap. The ball's pitched. Marquez trying to get there. He's not going to get there.
I think he fumbled that ball.
It is fumbled, Marquez. You hate seeing that. La Cañada takes over at the Monrovia 33. Ball security is everything. Whether it's 49-0 or 14-0, you want to make sure that you hold on to the football. You do not want to start that trend.
Right. Texas Longhorns learned that
They won the turnover battle, brother.
Did they? Oh, okay. Well, that's an important piece. That
They-
generally advances you into the.
We'll
bowl
be
picture.
watching West Virginia play for the national championship this year. So
Probably after that victory.
they're then La Cañada doing their best to give it right back.
Let him go. Let him go.
Yeah. While wisely, number 37, Andrew Gallegos, does not throw the La Cañada quarterback down after a 6-yard loss, all the way back to the 38-yard line, 8:31 and counting.
Do they have a name for that Texas-Oklahoma game? Is that
The Red River rivalry, but
Ah.
we prefer the Red River shootout. Apparently, shootout's not politically correct.
I understand.
So tomorrow is Texas OU. It is
Big
the
one.
most amazing rivalry in college football. La Cañada back to pass, trying deep, thrown into cover 2. That ball's going to be incomplete.
But
No other stadium. It's neutral turf,
Always?
always.
Oh.
Half and half orange, half burnt orange, half crimson and cream. They, it's been on a neutral site. You have over 20 national championship games that have been decided with that game. You know, the winner of that game has gone on to win or played for. It's, to me, there's not a more storied rivalry.
That's nice.
I'll take that over Ohio State, Michigan any day. 3rd and 16 for the La Cañada Spartans. The ball's pitched out. Number 50 giving chase, unable to get there, but plenty of other Wildcats are there. Number 27, Marquez, whose fumble set this up. He's there to knock the player out of bounds at about the 30-yard line. That's going to bring up a 4th and 7. You got to imagine they're going to go for it, right, Coach?
Well, there's no question at this point. There's.
Of course, then they bring on the field goal unit.
Well, right now they're probably thinking we just want points, and that's probably their best chance. That kicker had a nice little toe to it last time, and this is much closer. We're only looking at what, 47 yards?
47 yards from the left hash. There's the snap, the hole, the kick is up. He's banged it pretty good, but he's short. He's wide left. So from the left hash, La Cañada unable to puncture that 0 on the scoreboard. It stays up there. 6:29 and counting left to go in the game. Clock still rolling.
Yeah, that's the nice part of that. Take a while, retrieve the ball, go look for the ball, set it. Did again allow them to move the Cats back 10 yards.
6 minutes left to go in the game. Clock rolling. 1st and 10 from the 24, the Wildcats. Deshaun Potts in at quarterback. There will be no throwing of the football. Potts takes a snap, hands the ball off. It's either Rosas or Marquez. Looks like Rosas after the fumble. The coach is gonna leave Marquez on the bench right now, and give Rosas a chance to carry the football. 5:30 and counting. 2nd and 9. Gain of 1 for Rosas that time. It's Fernando, correct?
Yes, that's my understanding.
2nd and 9 from the 21. Potts under center. Takes a snap, gives the ball to Rosas. He bangs out his way out to the 22. It's going to bring up 3rd and 8 from the 28. Well, we've got you here with the clock rolling. We want to hurry up, make sure that we mention the Tom Reale's extraordinary ROP staff. Tonight, great job of directing by Jalen Mason in the second half and Scott Card in the first half. The replay director was Cameron Sparks. Your lead camera was Mark Nelson and Aaron Conde. Sideline cameras were Giselle Flores, Elijah Guess, Elia Jenkins, Mika Spiritu, Zach Carrolls, Jacob Orozco, Julian Tovar, Miranda Sierra. Those are your sideline cameras. The technical support tonight from Kelsey Kilbury, Jameson Hogg, Nathan Completo, and the advisor was Tom Reale, as we mentioned. But Monrovia looking at a punting, but the replay tonight by Cameron Sparks done a great job, and everybody, the angles that we've had, we've been able to get a good look. We saw these black numbers again, and we were concerned the last time we had a game with black numbers. We were struggling, Coach. But the week in and week out, this crew just does a bang-up job of giving us wonderful pictures to talk about.
They do, and, we talk about the kids here going to Colorado and going to Northwestern and stuff like that. And the thing is, Mr. Reality turns out kids they're working for ABC and ESPN, and they're doing a great job. They get working at the Rose Bowl. These are kids that in their field are certainly head and shoulders above others, and hats off to Mr. Reality for what he does with them. And I know he gives all the credit to the talent that the kids bring.
Folks, you're getting to enjoy this from the comforts of your home at K-Gym, and getting to watch these games because of the phenomenal job that these students do. And we just listed off who they were, but we're honored every day, every week to work with them every Friday. It's an honor and a privilege to work with this crew. 1st and 10, and the ball is fumbled by La Cañada, and in the backfield, quick to blow that play up is number 45. Isaiah Duran. He took that, the ball was La Cañada back tried to pick that up and run with it, and Duran would have none of that. 2:47 left to go, folks.
How did your school play this week?
The Canyon Oaks Mountain Lions won their Western Division 24-18. They were down, had to mount to come back. They scored 2 touchdowns in the last minute and 29 seconds. And they've won the West Division. They'll be playing Coronado for the championship of the San Gabriel Continuation Valley League. So we're very proud of the
congratulations to that group.
The Mountain Lions, proving that the athletes are across the district. 2:10 left to go, 3rd and 13. That pass falls harmlessly incomplete, almost the 8th interception of the night for the Wildcats. La Cañada comes up to the line at the 39-yard line, 3rd and 13. You got to imagine no matter what they get, they're going to try for a field goal again. Here's the pitch. Again, the halfback pass. He's in trouble. He cuts it across, and he's running now. He's got room to run. He is tackled. Gets a first down to the 22-yard line. So a busted play turns into first down for the Spartans.
Well, the challenge right now probably for that coach is, do I go for a field goal here pretty quick, because that clock's running. I don't know if a timeout stops it. If they call a timeout, I think they do honor that.
They're doing anything they can to break get off the schneid. Again, this time.
Well, we've got a penalty. Oh, they're not going to call that? Somebody's calling something.
Well, in the backfield, it's hard to figure out who that was, folks.
But the clock runs, so this is an interesting.
While they try to sort it out, they might just have to. So they're going to stop. They stop the clock with 50 seconds. Would you think there was going to be a horse collar?
Well, it looked like a horse collar takedown, but the flag, intentional grounding is the call.
No,
intentional grounding is the call, which is from where he threw it.
So I don't think he had him by the collar. He had him by the numbers. You're allowed to still pull somebody down by the jersey.
Yeah. But that quarterback appeared to have run out of his pocket. And
certainly seemed like, I don't know what that was about. It certainly seemed like.
Now the clock winds. So I think La Cañada's.
They're going to get one more playoff. They'll be lucky to get the one more playoff. That ought to do it after this. We got 2nd and 30 from the 43-yard line. 42, we'll say. Here comes the pitch. Here comes the reverse. They fake the reverse. 17 is able to get down. 37 is Andrew Gallegos. He gets down and chops the ball carrier down.
Nope, there it is. There's the timeout.
So they're going to bring in their field goal team. Doing anything to get on the board to avoid the shutout.
Well,
what do you think, Coach?
Well, at that point, you're just trying to still make the statement to the kids. We're not quitting. They started running the clock, all that, but we're still trying to score. We're still playing this game. You can't really find fault with their effort to see if we can get points. If somehow the 3 points gives them a little, so be it.
44-yard attempt from the right hash.
And the Wildcats will call timeout to freeze him. Nice. Yes, there you go.
Well, Monrovia calls a timeout just to freeze him.
Yeah.
And then Mason Bryant saying, can I go in and try to block this? Bryant is coming down the sideline going, put me in, please. So nothing doing it. Schuster's.
Either that or the Cats had 12 men on the field. I'm not sure which. They just ran a guy off and nobody on. So.
Yeah, because I see Coach Craig Schuster counting today. So here we go. 44 yards to puncture that 0, knock it off the scoreboard. Here's the snap, the hold, the kick is up. It's going to be long enough.
A chance.
It looks like it's good. It is.
And the crowd is going wild.
So they're going to let that run out.
Good for them. Good for them.
Hats off. Hats off to the Spartans. They get the goose egg off the clock. The clock winds down. Off the scoreboard. The clock winds down. Your final score tonight, 49-3. And, Coach, it was all Wildcats.
Nothing but Wildcats, and it figures to be another challenge for the Cats to stay focused next week because they don't want to look past next week to get to San Marino that looms.
Blair's on the road next week. 2 home games remaining, the 26th and the 2nd. Please come out and support your Monrovia Wildcats. For Dave Hart, I'm John Russell. Your final score, 49-3 in favor of your Monrovia Wildcats. Thank you very much for joining us.